12 the win on My Yankee Girl.
But My Yankee Girl has exploded up the middle of the track, is coming clear for Damien Oliver, and My Yankee Girl won it well from Adela, more gentility than Aaron Moore.
Mancayan in for second.
Mancayan, 100 metres to go, finds, extends for the punters, won the last. Mancayan wins it from Royal Mile, and he's a shocker.
Hello everyone and welcome to my race day preview for Flemington. Going to be a cracker of a day, let's get on with it. Race 1 is an open handicap over the 2,500 metres. Pesto is the $3.50 favourite. $5.50 is about for Saracen Knight, and $6 for both Guillaume and Don't Doubt Dory. This was Pesto's last start effort at Flemington. This was over the same track and distance as what it faces on the weekend. This race was run at a pretty good speed set by Warning. Maserati Bay won the race quite well, but Pesto was catching it on the line, so there's no query about the trip with Pesto. Draws gate 4 on the weekend, which is ideal. John McNeil goes on, which is ideal. Everything points to a Pesto win. It's just whether it's good enough on the day. And if it's good enough on the day, I reckon it's the winner here. So I've got 15 the win on Pesto in the first race at Flemington. Guillaume in for second. It was a good run behind No Effort first up at Caulfield. And second up will be Fitter. Saracen Knight draws gate 1. Gets the 53 kilos for Craig Newitt, so it'll be running well. And Don't Doubt Dory hasn't seen this trip before, but can run well as well. I'm with Pesto in the first race at Flemington. Hopefully it can get us off to a winning start. Race 2 is a benchmark 78 over the 1,000 metres. Grand Pope is the $3 favourite for John McNeil, $5.50 for Diamonds, and $9 down there for Starlight Scope. But this race at Flemington is going to be the key lead up. This has the two favourites in it, Diamonds and Grand Pope. This was over the 1,100 metres. Diamonds won the race, and Grand Pope got held up momentarily, but still probably wouldn't have got past Diamonds. Even though Grand Pope's got a weight swing on Diamonds, it's hard to see Diamonds really finishing behind Grand Pope on the weekend. This race is run over the 1,000 metres on the weekend, and Grand Pope has never seen the 1,000 metres, so that's why I was happy to take it on as the favourite, and I think Diamonds represents more value, draws well. Josh Richards gets the claim, will go well. Ahead of Grand Pope, Young Liam is my 3 each way in the race. Might be better suited around the bend, but 1,000 metres, it loves it. Last time it was in a benchmark 78, it was over the 1,100 metres. It ran third to Clemenceau. That's good form. I reckon it's way over the odds, and SHAM first up might run a race. But I'm with Diamonds in the second race at Flemington. Race 3 is a 2-year-old handicap over the 1,400 metres. ANPHINA is the $3.80 favourite. Atlantis Tycoon is the second favourite at $4.80 and $5.50 about for Charming Die. This was Atlantis Tycoon in its debut win at Caulfield. Just beat Shalailed here, who was probably unlucky not to win the race. But Atlantis Tycoon came basically from last to first to win. This was over the 1,200 metres. I don't think the step up to 1,400 on the weekend will do it any harm. John McNeil goes on, replacing Damien Thornton on this occasion. I don't think you're losing anything there. And from gate 4, I can settle in a more forward position, maybe midfield or so. And I think Atlantis Tycoon probably deserves to be nearly favourite off the back of that. So I've got 10 to win on it. Very scared of ANPHINA though. It was a good run behind Brosnan. Gate 7, Linda Meach. It can win easily. Charming Die was a good winner at Moe. It's a leader, so it's got to be considered. And Very Spirit, its jump out was really good, and it can take the step up, I think. But I've got 10 to win on Atlantis Tycoon in the third race at Flemington. Hopefully it can win the 2-year-old race. Race 4 is a benchmark 90 for the mares over the 1,400 metres, and Quintello is the $3.30 favourite. American Angel is at $4.20 and is next best, and I think $9 was about for Barbie's Fox. American Angel and Grand Rumore come through this race at Flemington. This was in a similar class. This was a Fillies and Mares benchmark 78. This race was won by Bella Rouge. American Angel was first up, and it really sprouted wings late just to miss, and Grand Rumore ran a good race back to the inside, probably should have finished closer. I'm with Grand Rumore on the weekend. I just think it represents more value at the price compared to American Angel, who only just beat it this start. American Angel draws wider, so it'll have to get further back, and Grand Rumore can sneak runs and get further closer to the leader than it, and I think it can win. So 3 each way on Grand Rumore. American Angel, Galgani, getting to the stage of the preparation where it starts to fire, it can win, and Quintello comes off a few heavy track runs, which is a little concern for me, but it can win. I'm with Grand Rumore in the fourth race at Flemington. Hopefully it can do well. Race 5 is Star Patrol versus Passive Aggressive over the 1200 metres in the listed Creswick Stakes, and Star Patrol is the $2.30 favourite, just ahead of Passive Aggressive at $2.70, and the rest are a fair way off. This was Star Patrol's last start win at Flemington. This was, I think, maybe 3 weeks ago, where it beat Outback Action and Trey Porty. Did this pretty well. Brett Preble said after the race it wasn't 100% on this day, so it probably still had a bit more to give. I don't think the rise in weight up to the 59 kilos is much of a concern. From gate 3 it'll be in a similar position, and I just think it's got a lot of class. The way it won 2 back at Flemington, if it can replicate somewhere near that, it's going to win this race. And even though Passive Aggressive is a good horse, I still think Star Patrol has it covered. So Star Patrol ahead of Passive Aggressive, who's 3 from 3, won well at Flemington last start down the straight. It's a chance. KARACASU won well in Adelaide last start, and it can take it to Melbourne here and do well. And I Am Me gets John McNeil on Mara Eustace gate 2. It can run well. But I'm with Star Patrol in the listed Creswick Stakes. Race 6 is an open handicap over the 1400 metres, and Bam's on Fire is the $5 favourite. Second favourite equal is $5.50 for both Tavi Dance and also Zoist. But this was Bam's on Fire's most recent run. Down the Flemington Straight in the straight 6, won by Ocean Beyond. Got held up momentarily here, and when it got out, it really sprouted wings to only finish a length or just under a length behind Ocean Beyond. Up to 1400 metres is a plus for this horse. This is its second run for Kiramar and David Eustace. Hopefully they put the polish on it to win. It gets in with the 54, but with Matty Cartwright's claim, gets in with a lighter weight than that. So I'm with Bams on Fire. Not really confident, but I think it can win. Edison in for second was a good run behind Looks Like Elvis last start. And from gate 7, it can replicate that again. Winning partner gets Blake McDougall on. Draws gate 2. I reckon it's a tad over the odds at $12. And Turn on the Charm for Mara and Eustace from overseas can fill a minor placing. But I'm with Bams on Fire in the 6th race at Flemington. Race 7 is the 3-year-old handicap over the 2,000 metres. Oceana Blue is the $3.70 favourite. $5 about for Naval Seal and $7.50 for Natural Mystique. But this was the last start replay of Oceana Blue at Caulfield. This was a 3-year-old handicap over the 1,600 metres, so it has to rise up 400 metres on the weekend to the 2,000 metres, but it won't do it any harm. This race was won by Hop On Harry. Oceana Blue could have won this race. It was only maybe 0.2 lengths off Hop On Harry, and if it did win, it'll be shorter on the weekend. Blake McDougall goes on from gate 11. Hopefully he can get back to just off midfield, and hopefully the pace is good enough for it to be able to run on and hopefully win third up. This is its chance to win. Fit, ready to go. MAATSUYKER in there for second. Tom Dabenig trains. Harry Grace rides. Was third behind Alverdun last start. Don't know whether that's the right form, but it's a good chance. Naval Seal from gate 16 can run well for Brett Preble, but gate 16 is the query. And Rock Up. It was a good win at Mildura, but has to take the rise up in class. I'm with Oceana Blue in race 7 at Flemington. Race 8 is a benchmark 90 over the 1,600 metres, and VISINARI is the $2.90 favourite. $5.50 for D'Aguilar and $6.50 about for Tuvalu. But this was a last start effort of SIBAAQ. I'm pretty sure this was at Dubbo, but it was in a quality race, and it won by just over a length. It was a pretty good win. This horse is from overseas. It's had 2 runs in Australia for Annabelle Nation, and it won this one. I think it ran third in its first start in Australia. From gate 10, I'm hoping John McNeil can get it into a forward position, maybe just in front of VISINARI, and if it's there ready to strike, I reckon it can strike well, and I think it's over the odds at $10. So I'm with SIBAAQ, but I'm not leaving VISINARI out of my strategy. 20 the win on VISINARI, 8 the win on SIBAAQ. VISINARI, good winner at Sandown last week, has to back up, but if it does, it'll go well. D'Aguilar, I hate putting it in there for third because it's been so kind to me, but from gate 3, it'll have to get over the top of these 2 horses, and will it? I'm not sure, but I got in for third and thought of that over the odds. But I'm with SIBAAQ and VISINARI in the 8th race. Race 9 is an open handicap over the 1,100 metres, and Express Pass is the $4.20 favourite. $6 about for Pioneer River, $7.50 for both Fluorescent Star and also Zach DeBoss. Fluorescent Star and Crestani come out of the straight 6, which we just looked at before for Bams on Fire. But Crestani loomed up as if to be the winner and just got toppled over the top of late by Ocean Beyond. Fluorescent Star had to go all the way to the outside rail. It was a solid run as well. And I'm with Fluorescent Star. I couldn't split these two horses based off this run. I just think Crestani's been scratched from a few races lately, and it might have had a minor setback because of that. And Fluorescent Star from gate number 2, I'm hoping it can just settle just in behind them and can go whooshka late to win the last at Flemington. So it just ahead of Crestani. Express Pass first up. We'll have to get over the top of the lot of them, but from gate 9 it's drawn well, it can do well. And Zach DeBoss off a little bit of a let up, but won well at Flemington last start. I'm with Fluorescent Star in the last. Good luck to you all on Saturday, and I'll see you next week for another race day preview.